We're about to watch another genius move, or maybe it was just all pure luck by the White Sox player, Chase. Miguel Vargas, the homie that I like because of his last name, he's on the White Sox. He's batting. He's about to hit the ball. There's someone on first base, and something's about to occur. So take a look at this. Let me know your thoughts. If it's genius or luck.
Let's see it.
Meidroth throwing and throw down.
Another angle right here.
Be his 10th stolen base.
No
You see that?
way!
He never tagged him.
All right.
Stop short of the bag to avoid
Yeah.
the tag. What a slide.
Do you think that was pure luck, or was that actually talent where he was able to stop himself from sliding in all the way, and then he was able to leap forward again?
I would say sliding is not that easy to do. It looks easy because it looks so smooth and the professionals do it. But if you and I were to do it, we'd walk away with a bunch of raspberries. I think that was all skill. I'm sure he practiced that a million times before, and that's probably why he was so happy afterwards after avoiding that tag and swiping that bag.
Okay. By the way, I could still slide pretty well, I think. So I think I'd be good when I used to play baseball. So gotta.
Let's do this for another episode. We'll have like a slide off or something. We'll go to some like dirt field. Both
I'm
of us
down.
will take off and like different screenshots and see who has the best slide. The audience can vote.
Yes, I like that.
Who knows? But it'll be a little like sliding challenge for us.
Thank you. I appreciate that idea. We're gonna run that. So now that you said it, you're gonna have to stick with this way. So let's see who does a better job. Hopefully we can get different angles, and then if we have more people involved, we can see who gets thrown out by the catcher, like who's a faster runner. So I mean, you have way more length and depth because of your long limbs, but whatever. So all right, here's another clip we're gonna take a look at. It has to do with my Yankees. Now, I know you're really good at sales, management, and psychological warfare that you go through. What is going on here? Is Anthony Volpe suffering some mental type of situation where he needs to be more confident, or should the Yankees just get rid of the shortstop? Let's take a look. All right, Sway, I'm about to play it. Just know that Anthony Volpe, because I know you don't follow the Yankees like I do, Anthony Volpe happens to have that personality where he's kind of monotone, so he always sounds a little sad. I just need you to know that beforehand.
Talk about being aggressive. In retrospect, do you second guess at all trying to make a play at first to Clement there?
No, not at all.
You thought you had a chance at Clement?
Yeah, I mean, you gotta make that play. Or you gotta make a play on that ball. There today, I'm gonna go for that play every single time, and ball gets knocked down and it's not an error. It's not an error, but I expect to make that play, whether it's in the book or not. So just case by case, and you keep pushing yourself and keep working.
Same thing with the play. You're talking playing third. You threw to third. That was an error.
Yeah, that was an error.
Yeah. That, and then the throw at first base. You thought you had a shot on that play.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's your assessment on Anthony Volpe? What's going on here with those two plays and him?
Here's what I think, Andrew. I think Volpe is a great shortstop, has a very bright future. He's a star, and he's a rising star. I think these two situations, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. If you go back to the first throw and that first clip, when that ball hits first base, that guy's 5 or 6 feet past first base already. So he had no chance. There's probably not a shortstop in the league that would have made that throw and got that runner out. So if you want to go back and maybe freeze frame when that ball hits the glove of the first baseman, watch that runner. Watch, I think it was Shaw. He's way far in front of that bag. He probably should have held on to it, but fortunately, like everything that would have happened regardless of who that shortstop was. At least it didn't go into the stands and allow him to take
that'd be bad. Right.
And on the second throw, same situation. Nobody would have made that play. If you take a look like how we caught it, you still have to get up. You still have to get balanced. That runner had all the momentum. He would have been safe regardless. If it was Jeter, if it was Volpe, it doesn't matter. Like it's one of those situations. It sucks that's him because he's a likable player.
Yeah, he is.
He just has to eat that shit and move on.
Yeah.
And I know there's a little thing on the bottom that says he's had 11 errors in the past whatever amount of games.
Right.
I'm sure that doesn't help his confidence, these 2 plays, but you got to brush that off. I commend the effort. It sucks, but that's just what happens in sports. But
Okay,
like,
so
yeah,
I'm,
go back to that second throw and look where the runner is once that ball was thrown. 0% chance that he can make that play.
okay. I am actually very surprised with that take. I thought you were gonna rip him, but you didn't. And there's a lot of Yankee fans that get upset with Aaron Boone, the manager of the Yankees, because he's so nice to the players when they screw up. And you sound exactly like Aaron Boone. However, I think you have a good point. I didn't really take it from that perspective too much, but it seems like you have your people's back. So am I hearing that when it comes to people under you that you manage, considering your career, are you in the same situation? And do you ever give them crap when they actually screw up? Because it seems like here it was a screw up, but it was kind of one of those situations that would have happened regardless, like you said.
I wouldn't even say it's a screw up. He handled it. He handled it well. The thing is, you can't just beat the shit out of your people when they make a mistake. And in that case, it wasn't his fault.
Okay.
Otherwise, they're going to turn against you. And Aaron Boone, I commend him. I think he's a great manager. What are you supposed to do? Rip your dude apart and then just have like a toxic culture in that clubhouse? He knows better. I think Yankee fans, no matter what happens, they're going to be upset about something.
Sure.
So let them have this. You Yankee fans are too hard to impress.
That's hilarious. Is there a manager out there that you can kind of name off the top of your head that's currently active right now for a team that happens to be that guy that just rips everyone apart and has a toxic, environment? Would it be Alex Cora? Probably not, right?
No, I think that's more old school baseball. You can't really do that anymore. I think especially with millennial players, everyone's a little softer than we were in like the early 2000s, 90s, and before. You can't call them Dutch. You can't do all this crazy stuff. It's like at work. Then HR kind of gets involved, right? You say one thing that might take somebody off, and all hell breaks loose. So I think this is a new way of managing not only in just baseball but sports in general.
I'm surprised, and I think you're right, because I'm not used to this. I think it's great, like being pleasant with the people under you, whether it's an organization or baseball. Like seeing all these baseball coaches be so nice to their players is kind of new to me in a way. Mind you, because I started watching it only 2 years ago recently. But when I was playing baseball in high school and college a little bit, the coaches were dicks, dude. Like absolute dicks. They would treat us like trash, a lot of them. And I guess it's just new to me. So there you go.
Yeah, that's what sports was like growing up for me back then. I remember like in my days, the coach, it wasn't uncommon for a coach to call a player a pussy or a bitch.
Yeah, dude. A bitch. Well, not a bitch, but yeah.
I remember parents are fine with it. If you were to do that now, that coach would be fired quickly.
Yes. I remember I was playing second base for whatever reason, and this was in high school. My coach wanted me to play third, and I didn't want to play third because I knew the ground balls were freaking going to be right directly at me, and they were going to be hard and fast. And at that moment, I was scared of the ball when I was there because he had how you have your team, they kind of watch you take rounders. Well, he knew that I was kind of scared, so he had everyone kind of get close to the third baseline to watch me, and he said, "All right, let's watch Andrew play third base, and if he fucks up, just laugh at him." And that's what they fucking did, dude. And it was horrible. But with all that pressure, I actually got better. But he left me at second either way. But I think he was just doing that to prove a point or just make me a better player and have that thick skin. So I guess it just depends on the individual, right? Who you're giving crap to.
You're probably better for it. Maybe a little stronger than you were.
Yeah. All right, we're almost there now. So we're gonna more video to watch here. It happens to be someone you hate. Either you hate them more or they hate you more. And we just gotta we gotta give them the ability to give them a pat on the back for what just took place here, because I don't see this happen all the time. So let's take a look.
Wait, is this Nick? I'm just kidding. Nick.
Oh, that's so fucked.
Where you at, Nick?
Popped up left side. Machado on the infield lawn will let it drop.
Get the speed off the bases, huh? Not a bad call. You get rid of Cruz. You take that speed.
I don't see that very often. What are your thoughts on that? What just took place there?
That should have been an infield fly rule, if I'm not mistaken. Or I don't know if it has to be 2 runners on the base path. I can't talk today. If it's 2 runners on base,
Okay.
I would think that's an infield fly rule where the ump should have called that immediately.
I didn't know that was a rule like that.
See some more or have some more context, but that's my first take on that. Or maybe he realized, like, hey, the ump didn't call it. I'm going to find a way to get this guy out. And the reason why he did that was because Ellie De La Cruz is a lot faster than that guy.
And he steals all the time.
I'd rather have the other guy on base than Ellie, who is known to swipe a bag or two.
Right. Yeah, I've seen him, dude. He's fantastic at stealing. But it looked intentional to me, like Manny Machado intentionally. You could, dude. The ball was. He knew where the ball was, and he like basically moved over and let it fall so he could take him out. So I think it was intentional, right? It had to be. It was a tactic by Manny
one of
Machado.
the best third basemen that we've ever seen in our lifetime just drop a ball like that. No way.
Right.
He knew what he was doing. And
okay.
His primary objective is to get Ellie De La Cruz off the base paths. Genius move.
Okay.
He's an absolute dickhead of a player, but he is a great player.
Yeah, we got to give him credit where it's due. That rule though is good to know, and I'm curious why that didn't happen. But maybe, like you said, it had to be 2 people on base versus only 1 on first base with that pop up. So genius move by Manny Machado.
I think it needs to be 2 runners on base.
Okay. Now, are the Padres really your rival, or is it the Giants? Because it seems like the Padres are making it a thing to hate you guys, and I speak to some people on Twitter about this, and they absolutely hate you guys, but at the same time, they think you guys hate them more. So what's the situation here?
Here's my take. I think there's only one rival. The Yankees have the Red Sox. The Dodgers have the Giants. Who else? The Mets have the Phillies, and that's it. And that's it because it's so deep rooted. They've been battling each other for decades.
Right.
The Dodgers don't give a crap at all about the Padres. It's fun to watch, and this is a very new thing. But unless we have this like battle back and forth for the next 20, 30, 40 years, it's always going to be Dodgers and Giants, and that's it in the NL West.
Okay.
On the other end, the Yankees don't give a shit about the Orioles. The Yankees don't give a shit about anyone else. It's all the Red Sox, and it's a very similar situation here. It's fun. I think it's a great mini rivalry, but I can't even say that word and mention
mini.
I can't even say rivalry and Padres in the same sentence.
I'm gonna make sure to tag some of the Padres.
Like you, but at the same time, we don't really think about you. Just like the Dodgers and the Angels thing. Like the Angels have this thing against the Dodgers. The Dodgers, they don't think about the Angels. You're like our little brother. We'll pat you on the head, kick you in the ass, and you get out of here. But it's always just going to be Dodgers and Giants in the NL West.
That's hilarious and true. I agree. Well, this was fun. We'll have to do another one. We'll have Isaiah's come on with you. Maybe I'll join in on that too and make it a thing about the baseball. So like, comment, subscribe, and share this with your friends, and let's go.
See you soon.